Hello, my name is DC. I'll be giving a match analysis for Nigeria versus Zambia in the Women's Africa Cup of Nations. As you know, Zambia were thrashed, and I would like to analyze this. I think I'll be ranting a bit, but anyway, let us get into the match analysis. Yeah, look at them walking out. If only they knew what was going to happen. Alright, so problem here. Well, I think this is just too high of a line. It really is. And then to make matters worse, the goalkeeper in the box is not really one that likes to assert herself. She's not the one that goes out to carry crosses, punches for the ball. No, 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 no. She's more of the on the line keeper. So this is terrible. And then to make matters worse, here's this. There's always this thing whereby everyone seems to be marking people, but eventually they'll break off. And even here, two players are unmarked. You would say, no, she's here. No, she's marking her. So these two players here are unmarked. And one thing about Nigeria that I noticed a lot about this game, they have a very strong aerial presence. They will win. They will beat you in there. They are very strong. And then look at this. And then look at how easy it is. That's a terrible circle. Look at how easy it is. This is why you're better off not playing a highline. And then look at the goalkeeper. Look at where she is. This is the little box I've drawn. Oh, so yeah. So let's just analyze that movement by the goalkeeper there. She's following the flight of the ball. She's not paying attention to the people coming. Because look at this. She runs all the way this side. She goes past the center. Because if she was at the center, she would have had a better chance. So she should have just been at the center. And then to make matters worse, she rushes all the way here. And then as the header goes in, no attempt to dive. Even if it goes in, whether it's obvious, just dive. It makes it look. It makes it credible. Like even if the person died, yeah. But if you don't dive, it makes it a bit more frustrating. Otherwise, great header, really great. But this, just look at how everyone peels. Look at how the Nigerian players peel off the Zambians. And some of them, they're still standing here. Why hasn't she moved? That's a really great header. Goalkeeper, come on. It's like she's afraid to dive. Okay, so this is a chance created by Zambia here. Look at that, she's running with the ball. Let me just try and increase the picture quality. Oh, wait. Yeah. It was looking a bit too blurry. Alright, so here, she's running with it, and then she's done so well. She's taken her out. These two here are conceding the space in behind here in which she's going to run. She's occupied someone. And then this here was the most painful part. Lovely cross. She mishits it. And it was such an open goal. And it's one of those, you just need contact. You don't need to say, as long as it's contact. And what I say by contact, side foot, toe poke, knuckle, whatever it is, as long as it takes the ball here, it would have gone in. She mishits it. And then just look at all this open goal. This was a very important point in the match. And then here, you have done this part very well. Now, what is very unlikely is that this player here will allow you to turn and shoot. Like I've said, the Nigerians, very strong, very aggressive, very, very dominant and physical. So she will not allow you to turn. So the best thing to do, either play the ball there or do a little flick because she's in tons of space. She can have a shot, or she could look to play across something. But she wasted the chance even more. She tried to turn and shoot, blocked, and just like that, the attack ended. Alright, so this is Togo, right? So unmarked. Completely unmarked. Unmarked times 2. And then to make matters worse, everyone's attention is on the... This is... Okay, it's way too easy. Now, the reason why you usually try to avoid crosses... Alright, so here's the thing. Nigeria are a very physical team. So one thing that you'd either like... So one of the few ways you can combat this, have very aggressive defenders or very strong defenders. Zambia did not have that. So the next thing you can do, the least you can do is make it a priority to stop any cross that's coming through. Whether it's cross from here, as long as it's an aerial ball that you know that you have to deal for, make sure you do not let it happen. She can definitely... she could have definitely... it's just that it comes at a point where the person is about to take the cross, but I'm sure she had enough time to help her teammate deal with this. because she could be dealt with by her. And then the fact that everyone's attention is here when there are two players that are moving towards the back post is concerning. And then if we let it play a bit more, cross there, and then now she look at her. She's okay. She's following the ball, but look at it. She's still unmarked. She's still unmarked. It's a very surprising issue. And then here, what surprises me is one of the defenders' movements, because she goes all the way back here just to run again forward. You see that? Yes, she moves. It's one of those. She's looking at the ball, and then she is not taking. Not taking, but not keeping our. Not really establishing where she is, because she was following the ball. She's moved further away from the ball than when she was looking up at the ball. And the fact that the Nigerian player here is allowed to chase the ball, bring it down, and have it. No, she had way too much time in the box. The fact she was just even able to chest it down, uninterrupted, unbothered. And then here, the goalkeeper. She's way too close to a near post. She is way too close to the near post. Because look, way too close to the near post. And yeah. And it's a really good goal. Yeah, Nigeria, eesh, they showed us flames. It was not a pretty sight, because actually I called some friends, and apparently from the places where they're watching from, after the first goal, people went out. After the second goal, more people went out. Because look at this. She chests it down, right? The ball bounces, she's off balance, and she still has enough time to take the shot. This defender here was looking at the ball, didn't realize she's gone quite a distance away from the ball, and then starts moving towards it at the last moment. And then look at that. It's a scuffed shot, but it's as long as it enters, and that's a really good shot. It really is. Let's head on to the next goal, because there are many goals here. There are many goals. Alright, so this is terrible defending. This is terrible. And it's attributed to the height. No, it's not the height of the defender, it's the way she heads it. Alright, so this is an area ball, right? Something that should be simple to deal with. So look from the moment, it's just that I can't pause it at the right moment. But let's look at how high she jumps. She barely jumps. She lifts one leg, and then let me not get into that. But she didn't jump. She didn't fall. Because if she jumped, she would have you would have seen that she's jumped. But what she did, lift one leg very high, and then just lift the other leg slightly, just to give that impression that you've jumped. But she hasn't really jumped. She has not placed this header well. So it's now down to the last man here, the defender. And then you know what she does? Same mistake. She doesn't jump. Okay, when I say jump, they do jump, but they don't jump in a way you expect someone to jump. She jumps very low. She didn't jump that high, and then the way she heads it is terrible. And then the Nigerian player doesn't even do anything. They've just scored the goal on themselves, because this is poor defending. She watches it, and she overpowers the Zambian player there. At a certain point, I was thinking someone would foul, but nah, unnecessary red card. Keeper here, move, make any movement, because as you can see, let's pay attention to where the keeper is. But this is true. Nigerian player, let's it come down. So she's at this point just push forward, because the least you can do is try to put off the attacker. You know your defender can't handle this. She's been overpowered, so just go ahead, run towards the goal. Run towards the ball. Whether it enters or not, it's better than just standing, because you leave the whole goal open, and that's a really good take. That's a good goal. And funny enough, when I was watching the match at halftime, I heard one of the Nigerian players mentioning that we pray for more goals. Really painful to hear. Once again, high line. Once again, high line. And the funny thing is that the Zambians, at this point, I don't know if Zambia were trying to zone mark or something, because they're not really marking anyone. She's tied to someone. But this is way too much. This is too much separation because she can run past her. And once again, someone unmarked at the back post. But let's see what happens as the cross comes in. She is running unmarked. No one has paid any attention to her. And then you see what happens. The player that's here, these two here, they are not being marked. She's marking. There's contact, but she is very, very free to do whatever she wants. Trust me on that one. Yeah. She blocks her but forgets the other person that was marked. Once again, poor man marking. Learn to get shoulder to shoulder, tight with people. And then look at that, all alone in the box. Goalkeeper here. Can't really do much. But then again, let's just look at her movements. Let's see how she interprets the cross. This time we're focusing on the goalkeeper. So she runs out, right? Takes a few steps forward. And then she stops. I think should have been better if she just maintained where she was at the center of the goal and hoped for the best. Otherwise, the team was bad, yes, but the goalkeeper made it worse. I'm not trying to insult the goalkeeper, but she doesn't dive. She did not dive in any of the goals scored, which is worrying. It really is worrying. Let's head on to the last goal that was scored. Should be somewhere here. Alright, so unmarked. She is just going there to distract the Zambian player. Goalkeeper here should she can do something. She can do something to prevent this goal because look at this. She does once again. She doesn't dive. She does not dive at all. She didn't even try to anticipate the cross coming in because it was so obvious that the Nigerian player could only go one way. She could have dived, but she didn't. She does not like going down to the ground. And funny enough, she hits the post and it went in. That would have been a terrible miss. Because, I mean, if you look at it from here, yes, she's in space. That we understand. These two, okay, it's just that at the point that this highlight is taken, we don't really see where they were before. She is just there to distract her, to take her out of the game. Goalkeeper can see this. Goalkeeper can anticipate that cross, but she doesn't go down to the ground. She really did. She does not go down to the. She does not like diving. That's what I can assume. Because there's no way in all of the goals that was scored, no dive at all, no attempt to even save the ball. Very worrisome, but But at this point, it's probably a counter attack. So people were not in the positions they were meant to be in. And once again, these Nigerian players were strong because at the end of the match, any ball that was crossed to them, they would be able to bring it down and run with it. And we were given a lot of courtesy by Nigeria because they stopped attacking like they were in the first half. This could have been very, very, very ugly. And I think the Nigerian players took it very personal when they saw what some of the Zambian fans were posting about. Yeah, and the goalkeeper once again is upset, but I mean it's one of those I can understand she's upset, but she also made a lot of mistakes, many mistakes, and it's one of those. Zambia is transitioning from the former coach Bruce Mwape to the new coach, female coach. I think she's is it Nora? I'm not sure. I always forget her name. I don't know if it's Nora or it's a certain letter that starts with N. So transitioning from what is known as chipante pante football under Bruce Mwape to more tactical football. But the problem is when people make it sound as if there's something wrong with chipante pante. There's nothing wrong with that. Many teams play like that. They kick the ball forward, counter attack, go defend. It's just that it's supposed to have structure. That's the only thing that it needs to have. You're supposed to have a game plan. All right, we're gonna do long balls. We're gonna rely on Barbara Banda's pace. We rely on Kundanji dropping in that midfield to support Barbara Banda, and then we will defend. You just don't kick it anyway, anyhow. Barbara Banda and Kundanji were well marshaled. Yeah, the Nigerian players were very physical. They made our Zambian players look very, very weak and small. But this is a learning curve, and hopefully things will get better for Zambia. Otherwise, this match was something else. That's all I can say. Otherwise, that's been it for the match analysis. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Could have said more, but you know what? Let's not do that. Zambia Kuchalo, we hope for better days.